Oh, dude, Nick Cage, the roles that he takes lately are just amazing. There was a film I watched a couple weeks back with a friend of mine. It was, I think it's called Willy's Wonderland. It is essentially if you take Nick Cage, you give him no voiced roles, and he just does his weird Nick Cage motions throughout the film, and it's Nick Cage locked in Five Nights at Freddy's.
Oh!
That's the film. That's the premise. It is just like 2 hours of him fucking up animatronics. That's the movie.
I didn't realize Elijah Woods was in that.
Well, not that one.
Oh, my bad.
The Buddy Cop one.
Oh.
Yeah, the Buddy Cop one is like totally different.
I thought it was a
forget what that one's
buddy
called.
cop movie about animatronics for a second. I'm like, that sounds sick. Because, like,
No,
what?
unfortunately, those are two different films. Unfortunately.
Oh my God,
The
once
Buddy
upon
Cop one
that.
is like weird.
I can imagine. I've been in a weird movie. Like, I've bought a bunch of random movies on Blu-ray because I've, the inevitable fuck happened with all these streaming services. And, hey, they're all gone now. So, like, I bought a copy of Superbad because I'm really hoping that holds up. And it was like $5. And, like, a bunch of movies like that. And then I ended up getting my inner Weeba and buying a copy of Nichijou. And
Superbad is the Catcher in the Rye of movies.
really?
I swear it, because I feel like you have to be the right age and had to have the right friends to enjoy that film like most people do. Because I have watched it a couple of times, and it's just like it's everyone's like, oh, it's so relatable. Like, I did this and I did that, and it's like, I never did any of this.
like,
I don't understand this movie at all.
There's so much of that movie that I was just like, oh yeah, yep, yeah, that's the cat. Like, not even the partying and stuff, just the stupid shit they would do, and just the way they all interact with each other, and it's just, and being the odd nerdy kids out at a party and being like, why the fuck are we here? Oh yeah, because the girls we have crushes on are here. All right. It does not ever go as well as it goes for Michael Cera and Seth Rogen, though. Not Seth Rogen. Oh fuck, what's his name? Heavyset guy.
I know who you're talking about.
Oh my
I know who you're
God.
talking about. Yeah, I'm having the same problem. Don't worry.
He's a funny dude.
Eventually, you jam so much knowledge into your brain that it starts excreting out the importance. Dude, I couldn't remember the name of Gangplank Galleon like 3 or 4 days back.
That's
Could not remember for the life of me. I'm like, what's the cool Donkey Kong song? And you know the one?
I would reply, I don't like Donkey Kong. So you're in the right company for that lapse of knowledge, because like I would be like, I have no idea what the hell you're talking about. I mean, not to say the songs in the game don't slap, like they're all pretty goddamn good. I don't know. I don't think Donkey Kong Country is that good of a game. It's okay.
2 and 3 are.
I've never played
one?
2 or 3.
Well, 2 and 3 are much better.
Oh fuck, maybe I need to stop sleeping on those. Shit.
2 can be a bit finicky at points. 3 is just fun because I like what everyone hates, which is every goddamn level seems to have a completely different mechanic to it.
Oh fuck.
It's one of those games.
All right. I'm way more interested in that then. All right, because Donkey Kong Country was boring to me because every stage was the fucking same.
Yeah, I mean, like, it's fine. It's a fine start, but 2 expanded upon that with all the different animal buddies and everything, and actually, like, having different levels and different worlds and sets. And then 3 was just like, what if every goddamn level had, like, a different mechanic for the most part?
I don't think it helped that I didn't play Donkey Kong Country until I was in my 20s.
That's
I
fair.
didn't have a SNES growing up, so I think that probably didn't help its case either.
Yeah, I would do it.
Just because it's like, oh, I have no nostalgia for this game, and I have played platformers that I think are way more fun. Okay.
Oh, yeah. Oh, definitely.
I was a Genesis kid growing up. It's the one thing me and Gear were
TC1
just-
was mostly notable for its
Graphics.
advancement in
Right.
pre-renders. Yeah. I mean, like, 2 looks better, plays better, sounds better.
All right.
3's the same way.
Maybe it's sometime. Maybe it's finally time to go and give the rest of the franchise a shot. Actually, no. I say that I've been meaning to play Tropical Freeze because there is nobody I know who said Tropical Freeze.
Oh, okay,
is
yeah, no.
anything
Tropical
but
Freeze,
God
just
tier.
go there. Just go there. Just fuck it. Just go there.
Okay.
It's fine, yeah, like...
All right. Because
I would say, I would recommend
to.
to... Well, I was gonna say, like, hit up 2 or 3 anyways if you're, like, bored and you're just looking for something to do.
I
Because,
imagine
like,
they'd
it's not
probably
hard
be
to get into those.
probably a lot shorter to beat too, because I hear Tropical Freeze is really fucking hard too.
It's beefy and it gets difficult, but I mean, I wouldn't say it's like super difficult. It's no worse than any of the old ones.
Oh, okay.
The bosses are where Tropical Freeze goes all in and does not stop.
Ooh.
A little bit, it's to its benefit and its detriment. It really depends on how much you like bosses that take forever to hit.
If it's a fair, like, you have a time to hit them, I like it. If you have a fraction of a second to hit them and then you have to re-loop it again, that gets frustrating. I'm gonna guess it's probably this.
I think it might be I think it's a little column A, column B, depends on the boss.
Almost always is. Have a grenade, buddy. Helmet Knights are so much worse and, like, not worse, but, like, scarier in this game, because it's not like, okay, oh, you're coming, dash back. Oh, come on, you're gonna get me this time. Oh, you missed again.
Yeah, Hell Knights will, like, they're basically made for you to take, like, a little bit of damage in this one.
You know, they definitely are the, be prepared or you're getting poked a couple times. Like, because usually, I don't know, the plasma rifle was always what I thought was a good solution to the Hell Knights. Especially, like, the little shit pulse, because it stuns them a little bit.
Yeah.
But
not all the weapons in this are, like, they're good in their own way, and they still have, like, little perks and stuff. And, like, I see why they took the weapons set from this and just expanded upon it and made certain weapons way more useful against certain specific things.
yeah, like, Eternal, hands down, made all the weapons better. There is definitely no argument there.
It made all the weapons better by, like, bringing them all roughly to the same level. Even the powerful weapons are not that powerful.
Yeah. Like, the only weapon that really bullshit strong is the BFG, and how many times do you really get to use the BFG?
Yeah. Often.
That was a little unsettling.
I mean, you can also use the Unmaker, but it's like, it's nowhere near Doom 64 Unmaker.
Ah, the Unmaker feels good. I was so excited when I realized what that was! Oh my god!
Yeah.
Like, Doom, because I was the weirdo who had Doom 1 and then Doom 64. Because they had a Nintendo 64.
I mean, that's the way to do it, because it's like, yeah.
Doom 64 fucking rules!
Doom 64 is a better sequel than Doom 2, but I mean, Doom 2 has interesting design. It really depends. Like, you're gonna get the two camps of Doom level designers. Of the first one feeling more like a video game, and the second one feeling more like these weird, kind of like neighborhood architectures. Like Doom 2 exists in the space that Build Engine games do, but not as good.
Yeah, and I can respect the hell out of the technical achievement that was Doom. I mean, just anything id made, because what the fuck id.
Oh yeah, of course.
But Doom 64 is just the better game. I do hate the animations in Doom 64 for the most part, like in terms of your guns, because so many of them probably got gutted for cartridge space, I imagine. Like, I can't imagine that's why there's no, like, cock the shotgun back or reload the super shotgun. But, I mean, maybe that was a artistic choice, which I would disagree with, but...
Honestly, yeah, I don't know. Like, Doom 64 was really good. I only rented it once as a kid, and I didn't really get it back then, but, like, when they re-released it with Eternal for free, and I played through it after beating this, it was like, goddamn,
that was a game I'm really glad I'm playing through right now with a guide open and finding everything, because it's like, whoa!
Yeah, 64 is really fucking hard to make the Unmaker.
Yeah. And it's where, I mean, you pretty much, like, honestly, the Unmaker isn't the one that's like, you need this. The fucking keys for the final boss. And that should not, like, I don't know if you know Manic. Manic was playing through the game and had to quit playing because he got no keys. Which just could not beat the final boss. And that's a fucking fair one. That's a pretty goddamn hard fight without any upgrades. Or other keys, rather.
You can do it, it's just like, you gotta get lucky.
Yeah,
you gotta get lucky in save scum.
Nah, that just sucks.
What's really crazy is the little campaign, the mini campaign they added.
Yeah.
I think did that the best possible way it could, which is just like hide all the Unmaker parts around the final boss arena. That was cool.
Yeah.
I like that idea way more.
Because then you just get the bullshit strong tool and have fun
with
with
it.
it.
You get the tool. You could still do the final boss without it, but like it makes the map more interesting.
It also just gives more merits to the final boss level instead of it just being a room in a state, like the stage before it. Like the final boss.
Well, let's be real. FPS bosses were bad until Prime, and then they were bad again until this. And even then, like going back and seeing them again in new context, new light, they're okay. They're okay.
Oh, back away from me!
Oh God! Shoot the boy! You did it.
That was.
But I might also just being extraordinarily hard on FPS now because I played Ultra Kill.
Yeah, Ultra Kill just destroys the curve for boss fights in FPS. It's no longer a competition. Like, can somebody read enough into Ultra Kill's boss design and do it again?
I do hope someday you get behind the P door.
That good, huh?
It's something.
I might have to.
It's certainly a thing.
Maybe I'll make it a project. Just like, I don't know if it would be something I streamed. That might be an off-stream, an off-recording bitch, and like.
Some of it's fun on stream, and then like a few of the levels in particular is like, no, you just need to have the off-stream focus.
Yeah, like just grinding it out. Like maybe that's one of those things I'll grind out getting good, and then I'll like learn all the techniques off-stream, and then pull it all together.
I'll hook you up with some of the like tech guides that I used and found.
Please and thank you, because I've not gone digging. I imagine there's plenty of written up paper or just
there's
guides
plenty,
on it.
and I haven't even learned them all, and I was still able to get P ranks. Like it's not as intense as I was expecting.
I imagine it's just
Barring
you probably need to know a little above average, but not like
you need to know a bit above average and be capable of doing really good stuff with the coins. But once you get that down, that's about it.
I hope there's a good trick for the coin, because I am dog shit at him right now. I don't know, watching you do him, it did look like there was a trick to it, though. Not like a trick, but...
You get used to it.
Oh.
You just get used to it, really.
It looks like the way you threw it up, and you could immediately just aim up and shoot it, and off it goes.
When you move backwards, so momentum is tied to how the coins are thrown. If you're moving forwards, you'll throw them further ahead. If you're moving backwards, you throw them more straight upwards. If you're moving left or right, they'll have a left or right arc.
Oh!
So moving backwards is one of the easiest ways to quickly snapshot them, because you're just moving backwards and aiming up, and you're basically throwing the coin right into your trajectory.
Oh, shit! Okay.
Standing still is probably the second easiest, because it always has the same timing as snapping up. Woof.
That was not a good call. It paid off, but...
Almost terminated yourself.
The best death animation. We got one fraction of a second.
People watching this are gonna be like, "What the fuck are you talking about? All these games? Well, I came here for Doom."
Yeah, it's. Listen, my entire intention with this is pretty much just like, I've caught myself listening to fucking this shit a lot, and like just YouTube and Let's Plays and stuff in the background a lot. Like, I want perfect material for people who want to get a little bit focused or not. And I feel like this works great for that. It's a weird, unintentional format, and I like it.
Yeah, it's just a chill and play a game while talking about other games.
Games are good.
Had a lot about the genre, yeah. Oh, that's why I wanted to like hop in on this one in particular. So like I could talk about FPS all day and how I'm like a secret FPS nerd who's beaten most damn important games. Just waiting on Power Slave right now. Like that's one I've never played.
Oh, Power Slave. Yeah, that's a pretty exciting one.
I like that one because that one seems the most over the top of the build engine games. You just say, screw it, we're going to Egypt, we're taken from Egyptian mythology, have a game. It's an FPS.
Yep. Oh, yeah, and I've just, it sounds like their Night Dive is really, they're gonna do some interesting stuff to try and make that happen from what I've heard.
Night Dive. Well, they're apparently adding both versions of the game. Like I think like the Saturn and the PC one.
Fuck. I know the Saturn one's the big one because like.
Night Dive just works magic. Although I'm really like maybe I should play it, but Shadow Man is one of the weirdest deep cuts I can think of.
I know some
people... I didn't
people...
realize it had that much of a cult following.
Yo, somebody in that, speaking of that Resident Evil Discord, one of these people in there is like losing their fucking mind because they're so happy it's happening. And it's like,
it's already out.
So, yeah, it's out. or rather happening.
Yeah.
They like lost their mind that it happened rather. And it's like,
Gotcha.
that's fucking cool. Like, that's awesome that these people are getting their game back. And it's like, they definitely never thought this was going to happen. And it's like, God bless you, Night Dive, for doing this. Like,
Night Dive is just full of the deep cuts.
I'm definitely doing something wrong here. And I feel like this is the spot I always, like, get a weird kind of lost in.
Yeah, this section is, this was them, like, trying their hand at, like, a more traditional labyrinthine Doom stage design. I don't think it quite worked.
No, it's
It's
like...
not a bad level, but it's, like, it's a little confusing and a bit messy to navigate. But also, I feel like this is one of the first levels they designed. Like, it just has that air about it, because it's longer than most, it's, like, a little meandering.
Wasn't this the
It
stage?
takes a bit from point A to point B.
Oh,
It was
would
the
make-
E3 demo stage.
Yeah, that's what I thought. And it's like, so it had to have been. I mean,
It
it's
was
a
probably
good,
one of the earlier stages finished yet.
it's a good design for demonstrating, like, hey, this is the aesthetic we're doing. Just the chunked up,
Absolutely.
industrial, fucked up things. Like, FPS, I'll always say is, if not my favorite genre, one of my favorite genres. It kind of bounces back and forth between action, RPG, and FPS. But, like, there's something about, like, the pace and cadences, like, FPS games, like, they can find. It's just so fucking good. But there was such a drought in good ones.
God, I know.
Mind you, I'll also sit back and say there are some Call of Duty campaigns that are worth playing, like Modern Warfare 1's. That's a fun fucking
not-
campaign.
Yeah, I'm not surprised by that. It's just like I never really. I don't know. Like it's.
They're a very different beast from...
Yeah,
Yes.
I like my FPS where the enemies aren't just dude.
Yeah.
Similarly with how I mostly like my beat 'em ups like that, but there's a few exceptions.
Streets of Rage would be one of mine on that
Yeah,
front.
and I mean
like,
of course Yakuza, but that did like after. Well, if you count Judgment, that's like 6, 7, I don't know, maybe like 8 games of Punch Dude. Like I
Switch...
want Lost Judgment, but I don't think I'm gonna get it at launch.
Oh, yeah. Hearing that RPG is going to be the focus from Yakuza from now on, it was like,
That's
the hype
fine.
is goddamn news. It's like, please, like, you really, like, you have already figured out the code for RPGs. There's some refinements that are needed, yeah, but, like, y'all already figured it out. Like, go to town. This is your genre now.
Absolutely.
All right. Oop. Can't wait for my double jump. Come, my kingdom for double jump.
That's pretty much every game. Gotta have that double jump.
Ugh, really is. You really do. I gotta sit down with, like, I'm starting to kind of feel that that's why I'm like, part of me wants to just jump into Judgment, even though I know, oh god, I forgot I had to throw the arm on something. I kind of am feeling the, like, oh fuck, Judgment's coming out. Oh fuck, that looks good. Oh man, oh fuck, oh man. And, like, I'm debating jumping from, God, brain fart. Oh. That's fair. Jumping from 0 to 7 to Judgment. I just heard some...
I mean, that's the easiest way to skip out on having to play a lot of Kiryu games.
I mean, I want to play through the Kiryu games at some point, but it's just... It is a lot. And
You're looking at a couple to a few hundred hours investment, depending on how much side stuff you like doing. I skipped most of the side stuff, and it was probably like a few hundred hours of investment.
So in Lad, I accidentally did like 95% of them because I just loved every single
It's
one
easy
of
to
them.
do in that one. It's easy enough to do in that one when they're more like that.
It's just like, it's
There's, like-
usually like cutscene, battle, cutscene, over. And it's
Yeah.
like, that's a good pace for the side quests in that. In an RPG, just period. Especially when the cutscenes are all like unbelievably good and funny.
Yeah, Yakuza side quests are... The reward is the dialogue, which is not typical of that genre.
It helps so much
Of just
because
side
like,
quests in general.
you don't need to reward the player that hard in Yakuza game side quests. It's great.
No.
Like I
Same
think they
reason.
realize like just how lucky they have it too.
Yeah.
Oh.
I think it's the same reason like near side quests work so well. 'Cause half of those don't even have a reward.
It's just the story is the reward, knowing more about the world. Like, you don't need to reward me all the time. Like, if I'm invested in your world, just getting to be in it more is enough.
It's a nice, delicate balance.
God. Oh, I finished Act 1 of Nier last night. Oh yeah, you were there.
It was.
Woo! I can't believe they made those cutscenes even better. Like, I was blown away every moment. I'm like, yo, okay, this was the best performance ever until you did it better the second time around. Fuck.
You're about to start hitting the new shit too.
I'm so excited.
That's gonna be fun.
I got a little dose of it. I got a tiny little dose. Like with the canal getting an explanation. Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. No, that's.
Did you stay? Did you stay and listen?
Oh, absolutely.
The biggest mistake ever. Like, not in
No,
a gameplay
the-
standpoint, but for a child, the biggest mistake ever. So hey,
Worth it.
You viewers out there listening to this, just remember, if you happen to witness a marital spat, just walk the fuck away. Don't listen, or do, but prepare to be stuck in hell. But like, don't listen. It's like obviously in video games you need to listen because it's always going to be bad and funny. But in real life, you don't want to actually be a part of it.
Oh no, definitely not.
Unless you do.
Been there,
like
done that one.
sometimes I've been bored and I'm like, okay, like.
I've been there and done that one for shit that was 10 times more awkward than what goes down in that scene.
Oh god. Nier, teaching life lessons. What a great fucking game. It's like, I'm so glad every person I've like sold it on to, they've been like, yeah, no, like you were right, like this game's a little chunky, but fuck me, it's so great. And I'm like, thank
That's
you.
chunky, but less chunky.
Oh yeah, no,
I mean,
like,
it's
the remake cuts
it
out
has its
just
issues.
enough chunk to be like,
the remake cuts out enough chunk, but like it also, by nature of making it feel gameplay-wise a little closer to Automata, is just like. It's really easy to get around the enemy AI that was built for the chunk.
yeah. The fucking facade dungeon. That really was not ready for you to have some of the tools at your mobility option, even if they tried to do something about it.
Yeah, that dungeon used to be. I mean, I think it still is my favorite one.
Oh yeah,
Like,
it is
definitely
the most,
got
like,
a nerf.
This is a Zelda dungeon.
It's interesting. Yeah, it's interesting, and it works with ARPG gameplay in a way you don't usually expect.
Oh my god, I just really don't like having two Hell Knights gunning for me. Alright. I want that help! Ah! Okay. That could have been worse.
You do not get big gulp, you do not pass go.
Okay. I forgot how short the glory kill timer was on some of the fucking harder enemies.
Aww.
You know, if there was ever any other way to go out, killing myself while killing the mutually assured destruction is definitely the way to go.
Mutual destruction's always a plus.
So I need to know. I don't think the rocket launchers feel great in either of these games. Is that a weird thing, or are these rocket launchers not the most impactful rocket launchers we've seen in FPS?
They're not terribly impactful, but I mean...
They're effective, but it just... I don't know,
They're
I feel like the
effective, but, like,
grenade
it-
hits a lot harder, even though it doesn't.
In a 3D space, I think the reason the rocket launcher doesn't feel as good as it does in the first two Dooms, and by nature 64 as well, there's not as many large groups of small cannon fodder enemies that it can do work on, and even in older Doom, if you're using rockets, it really stopped being effective around anything above pinkies.
Oh wait, no, there was an item to interact. I thought I somehow like... Yeah, well, especially because some of the later enemies also are resistant to explosives, which adds another fun nuance.
Yeah.
Or is that just the Spider Mastermind?
I don't know. I think the Cyber
no.
Demon might be a little bit resistant to rockets as well because he shoots them.
makes sense. Sort of. Actually, no, it doesn't make sense at all. But it makes sense from a video game standpoint.
It makes sense from the standpoint of, like, if you stand close enough and you're going to splash damage the boss.
Yeah.
Maybe make a resistance to it.
Yeah.
Not that you would, because he can just crush your ass, but still.
You know.
I could be wrong. I'm sure somebody in the comments will be like, no, actually.
Hopefully. I like getting clarified on any of this bullshit just because it's like,
yeah,
I don't know. And I'm not opposed to knowing, like, for sure, just because, like, you know, it's interesting shit. I like knowing how these games work underneath the hood a little bit.
A lot of fun little tidbits about Doom here and there, but, like, I haven't gone completely into the...
You haven't picked up a copy of Masters of Doom?
Yeah, I've not picked up a copy of Masters of Doom. I haven't opened a program to make my own levels. Like, I'm, like, a little bit below that, but I have played plenty of custom WADs.
Oh, back in the day, like, you and Perp, I can remember the amount of streams you guys would just get, like, Nightmare Doom WADs and just fucking slam your faces into them and hate life.
Yeah, some of those, yeah. Some of those we should not have touched. Remain better not spoken of.
I mean...
But a few of them were really good.
Oh, yeah.
Like, Scythe 2, I think, was really cool. Had that I think that's the one that has that insane pyramid level.
Have you seen that game,
it's like
Sulaco, going around?
Level. Which one?
It's called Sulaco.
I don't think I have.
It's a fucking...
at least.
It's just another... It's an FPS just made on the Doom engine, but it's like... Fuck me, people are really finding the ways to get mileage out of that Doom engine still. I feel like Brutal Doom kind of changed the game a lot on terms of, like, okay, we made it feel really weighty again.
Well, that, and it doesn't seem to care if you sell total conversions.
That's pretty fucking dope of them.
Yeah, like, I noticed that there's, like, a few total conversions you can just buy them, which is a big step forward.
It's,
and then there's, like... There was one, like, I don't remember what it was called, like Magic something or another. It might be Magic Hands or something like that, but it's like a cartoony, like, I want to say, I don't know if it's Metroid-ish or not, but, like, it's supposed to be, like, a big cartoony open Doom total conversion with, like, magic and stuff like that. And it's really cool looking.
I know somebody's gotten a game that is, like, literally people have been like, yeah, no, you translated Dark Souls combat into FPS in Doom's engine. Holy shit. Like, people apparently have just been popping the fuck off with Doom. It's, like, old-ass engine, which is, like, okay.
The reason I think that it works so well is because the documentation for Doom engines is so much better than most other open source engines because it's been around for so long, and the level to entry, depending on what tool you use, is as simple as, like, laying down stuff on a grid in some cases, you know? Like, you can make a level on a grid.
Jesus. It really just... It really does just crack open everything.
Like, there's been a few moments where I've thought about just sitting down and trying to design my own, like, weird puzzle stage or something, but...
Well, like, you look at Sigil, and, like, that was... I mean, it was made by John Romero, so I would assume they would give him a pass, but... Like,
Sigil proved to me that John Romero is a bat. That is the darkest Doom WAD I have ever seen in my life.
I heard it is pretty buck... And also, I've heard the exits are very unusual, too.
It's a abstract WAD to a T. I liked parts of it, and I didn't like parts of it.
Yeah. I mean, overall, I've heard it's not, like... There are far better examples of what can be done on Doom and the Doom engine.
I mean, the reason I bought it, and I have, like, big box copy of Sigil, is because it came with the Buckethead soundtrack. Like,
yeah.
That was the whole... Like, the mixture of the two was something that I had to have.
Yeah. That's kind of one of those things you can't really pass on.
Yeah, like, that was... Because it's just, like, such an unusual collaboration that it was just... I had to do it.
It helps that it's all... The fucking music is incredible that Buckethead made for it.
Yeah, well, honestly, like, he made one song for it, and the rest was just, like, hand-picked from his library by John Romero.
Oh, no shit! Oh, I thought he made all the songs that were ones he made. Oh, that's
it's just
cool
just one song he wrote for it.
Shit. Maybe it's just what John Romero. I'm assuming he probably got paid for it, or I mean, he also. I don't know. If John Romero asked me to use something I made, I would probably just be like, hell yeah, it's yours.
Yeah.
Just put my name on it.
Buckethead is like, he's kind of a known nerd in a way. Like he very, very, very rarely drops his persona, but the few times he has, you can tell he's like kind of just like a really soft-spoken, gentle giant of a nerd. Like,
Hell yeah.